the thing about that mentoring program, I think all the businesswomen mentors would say this, that we get, if not more, we get an equal amount of mentoring back from all the athletes. So I think I've probably learnt more from Maddie over the last 5 years than I've been able to share with her, and that friendship means that we can talk about things that we're both dealing with. But her focus on why we shouldn't see disability first and why we don't judge someone on how they look, and how she talks about who she is as a woman and a person. I've learnt so much about how often we all do that and we judge people, and to see Maddie rise above that and use her particular power to teach people how we actually are truly inclusive. That's been her great, apart from just a deep friendship. And we also we share a love of dogs, so we're dog people, so we talk about our dogs. But it's been a privilege because I've seen her mature in her leadership and her athleticism and her ability to win in incredibly trying circumstances like Tokyo. She's just so inspiring.
When I say there are people who have shaped who I am as a person, Sam is one of those people in quite profound ways. And I think every now and again you'll meet someone who I think just sees the version of you that's a little better than you currently are. And it really encourages you to be the version of you that they see you as. And I think that's who Sam's been for me. I think she has seen so much potential in me. She saw not me as an athlete, me as a person who was just a person I wanted to be. I wanted to be able to be the person that Sam saw when she saw me. And that's one of the enormous ways she's impacted me. So to get to be handed the flag, so both of our lives have changed so much since we met, and to now be in this position at Admiralty House leading to the Paris Games. This is her first event here as Governor General. The Paralympic Games will be her first trip overseas as Governor General, and to kind of get to have that moment with someone who's been so impactful to me throughout the more recent parts of my career, there isn't a better person.
Kind of, you were saying like how she's kind of just, you want to become like the person that she's like thought of you, of the slightly like better version of yourself. Is that always like the role that I guess she's had and the impact she's had on you since mentoring you?
I think for Sam, it certainly is. I see how she conducts herself in rooms, and it's incredibly impressive. I've been able to watch Sam speak on many occasions, and she's one of the most impressive women that I've ever gotten to see. And I think afterwards, while you're almost like congratulating on her on her success, there is this kind of return of it of like, but you are also this, and that's not often how we see ourselves. And so I think to have someone in my corner who just sees the absolute best in me, it just forces you to want to be that, and that's 100% who Sam is to me.
You've been an advocate, I guess, for people with a disability and also just in sports, and I guess having this role going over like as the patron, like how special is that as well?
There couldn't be a more exciting and privileged position for me at the moment. Just to take on the Governor Generalship alone has been extraordinary, but to have my first event here in Sydney to be announcing the flag bearers and for Maddie to be one of them is just extraordinary. But then to know that we go to Paris, and I'll probably get to see Maddie in the marathon towards the end of the Games, and wouldn't that be wonderful to see Maddie medal and to be there alongside her on behalf of all Australians?
Yeah, and how are you just looking forward to the Games? We've only got like a couple of months to go now.
It's so exciting. It's just it won't matter what sport we get to see. It will be some of the best of Australians out there doing things that they love, but under that pressure and scrutiny of the international sports movement and the Paralympic movement. That we're seeing Australians at their best. So I think it'll be lovely to be back here and seeing the country lift. I've been talking a lot as Governor General in my first 9 days about how we've got to use kindness and care and respect, and how we've got to be much more optimistic and unified in how we think about the country. And the Olympics and Paralympics is one of the greatest way we do that. And I hope we take the spirit of all of that, and when the teams are back and we've celebrated however they've gone, we celebrate them, and then we start thinking about how we use that unity as a country to keep celebrating what brings us together.